Hi everybody, welcome back to On Air, my Beatles collection. Today I'm going to show you some White Album stuff. I have two box sets here. This is the first. You have probably not seen this before, I'm guessing. The box itself is two parts. So it's a drawer that slides in, and the drawer itself has snippets of the White Album poster on all sides. It has snippets. And then the outer box, has the typical front cover, not embossed, just printed, no number. And then the White Album pictures, and then that famous picture. And then that's the back spine. Now, I bought the box separately. Some of these can come from Japan. This one, I believe, came from Thailand. So the boxes themselves are not produced in high quantity. They're not inexpensive. They're less than $100, but you might pay as much as $70 or $80 just for this box. And inside the box, I've put three different things. I have put the official 30th anniversary White Album CD set. This is numbered. So that's number 0053304. Gatefold, of course, just like the album. And it's a top loader, just like the original album was. And it does come with a booklet that again looks like a poster, because it is a poster. And just like the poster, that's a mini version of the original poster, and on the back side it has the lyrics to the songs. So that's in one of the pockets, and then there is this, which is disc 2, with the cutout apple. And of course, disc 1 should be in here, in the other pocket. First thing in the other pocket, though, is the picture cards. They're pretty nice. They're kind of sturdy. They're not, they're paper, but they're glossy like real photographs. And then, of course, there's the other sleeve with the other disc. So this is the 30th anniversary, official 30th anniversary set. Put this back together. And I will put it in its original sleeve that it came with. Whoops. So the sleeve itself says 30th anniversary limited edition, and it's got the barcode on the back. Sorry, it's takes two hands to get it back. There we go. And then the next thing that's in there is also official, and this is the 50th anniversary. So that was the 30th. That's the 50th anniversary box with the issue demos as well. So this is embossed here, not printed, embossed. It says the Beatles. I can't see it on the video, but it's there. And then the back has that. So that is the song titles from the regular album, and then the issue demos. And of course, it opens up like the album does, only in this case, it folds open again in both directions. So you got the 2 CDs for the regular album, and then the CD for the issue demos. And then you got this pocket here, and like with the other, you have a poster with the lyrics, but in this case you get a booklet. So the booklet has the pictures. There's a reference to the original marketing material advertising the album. And then, so Paul wrote the foreword, and Giles Martin wrote another one explaining the process. Some pictures from in the studio. Kevin Howlett wrote this piece. And that's a couple of pages with some nice pictures. There's a nice picture of John working on the guitar, and there's a good picture of Paul with the headset and clapping his hands. There's George listening to a headset. This is all the Kevin Howlett narrative. There's Ringo singing. Still Kevin Howlett's writing. And then Kevin Howlett again, in this case he's talking specifically about the demos. And I think there's only one more page. There's the boys, that's in India. And that's the last page, one more page. So here we have all the song titles. And on this page we have all the credits. So that's the official 50th anniversary CD set. Now, of course, I have the box set as well, but this is the CD set. And so I had this special box that came in from Thailand. So let's put this all back in there. And then the last thing in there, in the box, so I'll put those back in the tray, just like that. And then the last thing that comes out of there is this, the Beatles Off-White. And this says the complete recordings, sessionography, and mixography. And on the back, it listed some of the titles included in a 9 CD set. You can see what it says there. 9 CDs. On the spine, it shows that. So that says the Beatles Off-White, the complete recordings, sessionography, and mixography. Beatles Off-White. It's the booklet. This has a reference to that original marketing poster. And this basically tells you what's on everything on each disc. So disc 1 is demo recordings. See the titles there. Disc 2 is more demo recordings. So fragments of different things. Cry Baby Cry, Across the Universe, Hey Bulldog, You Know My Name, You Are My Sunshine, Hare Krishna Mantra, Blowing in the Wind, It's Now or Never, Catch the Wind. These are from Rishikesh. That first group up there that I mentioned, Hey Bulldog and Across the Universe, those are from Kenwood. Escher, some Americans would say. So Demos 2 is also Kenwood. Demo Recordings 3 is Rishikesh. Demo Recordings 4 is Rishikesh. And 5 is Weybridge. Those are all on disc 2. disc 3 is also from Weybridge. There's the titles there. You can pause the screen if you want to look at it. I'm not going to read them all. There's more. And this is in chronological order. So the recording started in late May 1968, and that's on that first disc. And we're up to disc 5, and it's July 29th, 68. A day which started with Hey Jude and continues with Hey Jude into the next day. And then out to August 9th, we get Mother Nature's Son, Not Guilty. What's the New Mary Jane? Now we're in August. And then we're going to come back to that in November, so it shows that coming back in November. And so on. You want to pause that. And then we're on disc 6 here. And we're at EMI. And then we go to Trident on August 29th for Dear Prudence. And then back to EMI. And then I believe they're all at EMI after that. And now we're up to disc 7 that's coming up here. Disc 7 down here. This is more of disc 6 up here. Pictures, lots of stuff here. This disc here it's called the various mix collection, and what it has is different mixes that were released in one form or another. So Don't Pass Me By, this is from the anthology video. Here's again the second track on here is Don't Pass Me By in mono at the original speed. Good Night, an unknown take, but it has a breakdown in it. And then it's also on the anthology video. Obladi Oblada has some anthology DVD sound, and so on, all the way down this list here. So these are alternate mixes that were used either for the anthology or for videos or various things. And then here is the disc 80 is the original mono album version, side A and B. As you know, when the Beatles recorded a lot of their albums, they really focused on the mono side more than the stereo. And in many cases, there's a quite different sound. And particularly on this album, there's quite a different sound. And here, disc 9 is the second album in mono, the second of the White Album in mono. And then there's some bonus tracks down at the bottom, which is mostly Step Inside Love, which Paul wrote for Cilla Black. There's some more bonus tracks on disc 8 that I didn't mention before, and this is from the David Frost show. So there's a couple of takes of Hey Jude, take 1 and 2. There's the rehearsal track for Revolution, then there's take 1 and take 2 of Revolution, and then there's a Hey Jude edit, which is an edit of takes 1 and 3, all from the David Frost show. That's down here. So that's the 9 discs, and then the last page looks like that. So this is a great little set, and I'll show you what the discs look like. They're kind of generic. They say not for sale, for promotional use, of course. They probably didn't want whoever pressed the discs to know what they were, so they have this, nondescript title, and they all look the same. So they fit in this off-white box. If I can open the box. trying to not damage it. So they all go in this tray in the box. The booklet goes in there. It goes together. And there they are inside this nice outer box. Everything you ever wanted to know about the White Album, right? Well, maybe not. I have this one more box set. Again, this is the poster from the album. This is the side. This part. And then on the back, I'll focus on what it says on the bottom. I'll read it to you. This special collector's edition features the entire sessions of the 2018 White Album 50th Anniversary Edition in chronological order. We also compiled related sound sources of the same period, such as promo sessions, the Paul and Donovan sessions, as well as John's Rock and Roll Circus. In addition, you get to hear the recently unearthed multi-track sources, carefully separated and edited, plus previously unreleased outtakes and rehearsal sessions, remastered and upgraded for your listening pleasure. This limited 12 CD deluxe box set features a total of 393 tracks with more than 15 hours of running time and a 20-page booklet with detailed recording information. And it has the gramophone rather than parlophone. And when you open this, you get this booklet. Again, it looks like the outer box, has the same information. But then by CD, it lists the tracks for each CD and all the takes and all the effects and so on. This is an interesting one. Revolution 9 here. Each of these lists a different track with a different instrument, a bell, horns, crowd noise, applause, and so on. So you can isolate on all that stuff. So every page gives you a detailed description of what's going on in the studio, and it breaks down each track into separate tracks. If there's separate talk or sound, up to disc 7 here. And all the way up to disc 12. So disc 12, like the other set I showed you a minute ago, disc 12 is remixes and alternates that were done for a specific purpose. So the first track is Back in the USSR, the Love version. And then the next two tracks are While My Guitar Gently Weeps. One is with an orchestra session, and the other one is the Love version. And then the next track is Revolution, the Love version. Then there's an anthology medley from the White Album sessions. Then there's the anthology mix of Not Guilty. Then there's the anthology mix of Step Inside Love and Los Paranoias. The next one is the anthology mix for While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Then there's just an unreleased remix of Sour Milk Sea, which George wrote for Jackie Lomax, as you may know. Then there's an anthology mix for What's the New Mary Jane. There's the Rock Band remix for Back in the USSR, Dear Prudence, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Birthday, Helter Skelter, Revolution. All those are from Rock Band, so they're new remixes. Then there's Dear Prudence, which is a U.S. Capitol short edit. There's Glass Onion, which is also a U.S. Capitol short edit. Don't Pass Me By, also U.S. Capitol short edit. Why Don't We Do It in the Road? Your Blues, Helter Skelter, Revolution 9. Those are all U.S. Capitol short edits. So that was CD 12. And that's this box set. A lot of overlapping material with what I showed you before in the off-white box, but this is more complete, I think. In this case, the CDs actually refer to the Beatles. It refers to the White Album, recording sessions chronology. Tells you this one is CD1. It says the Beatles down the bottom in a style similar to the printing on the outer box. This is not a label. It's printed, painted, if you will. So it's not a stick-on label. So anyway, that's your 12 CD set. So two completely different but somewhat overlapping packages that relate to the White Album. So, and nice pair. Got this. You got this. So, that's it for my White Album CD sets. I do have the big, 50th anniversary box. Of course, I have several different copies of the vinyl, including the original numbered ones and then the later reissue ones, the white vinyl version. But I wanted to talk today just about these. These are a little harder to find or to put together, and I thought you might get a kick out of seeing them. So that's it for today. My off-white / White Album stuff. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. And hopefully we'll see you back here for some more videos. So that's it for today. Take care. Good to see you. Come back soon.